Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Josh with the Get Business Credit YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over the new Get Business Credit Intelligence Report. So, if you're just now starting to build your business credit up, or you already built up business credit in the past, and you're not sure why you're not getting approvals, or you could be having a tough time getting approvals. That's why I put together this intelligence report. It's a full audit that I can do for you. Stay until the end and I'll give you the details as well as a coupon code. But as you guys can tell, I've got so many approvals, over 2.8 million in business credit, with majority of those being no PG. This audit report is unlike anything else that is out there right now. It actually breaks everything down, a lot of things that's not covered on any other YouTube channel or any other service provider. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let me change my screen so you guys can see this more clear. All right. So this is a custom Get Business Credit audit that I put together. So this is just a demo. As you can see, it says ABC Company LLC. So you can see here, it shows your Experian Intel score, as well as your Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score, your Equifax score, and your overall conditional approval. So that takes into consideration all three bureaus, as well as some other elements as well. So there's a lot of things that's not covered when it comes to building business credit that nobody ever talks about, but I actually talk to the underwriters on a weekly basis, all the different fintechs, all the different no PG underwriters, and I know exactly what they're looking for. And I put that into a whole system with this audit. So that's what we're going to break down here. So in the audit, it's going to show your entity snapshot, your business name, structure, state, years in business, employees, industry, and the key personnel owner, as well as your combined trade lines, business inquiries, UCC filings, if any, judgments, collections, and all that. So the first thing that you're going to see here is your entity verification compliance. That's where I'm going to be checking, making sure your status is active with the Secretary of State, whatever state you're in, state of corporation, as well as your EIN and Bureau verification. So your Experian BIN, that's your business identification number that is assigned to your business when Experian gets a trade line or creates your profile from LexisNexis. Then you're going to see your Dun& Bradstreet number and your Equifax ID. Then below, you're going to see your address legitimacy. This is a very important part that is often overlooked. So you can see the address legitimacy. This is very important because it's going to basically show what the underwriters are going to see. So if you have an iPostal address or you have one of those cheap virtual addresses, then my system is actually going to flag it because I'm seeing exactly what the underwriters are going to see. Okay. So this is very important. And if you've built up your business credit, but you can't get certain approvals, this could be why, if you have, like, say, an iPostal address. So my audit, I'm looking for anything and everything that the underwriters are going to look at or question. Public records, obviously, hopefully you have all this clean. If you took merchant cash advances, you're going to see a UCC filing more than likely. And then the cross bureau consistency, business name matches all bureaus. That's very important because some bureaus, it's going to be slightly different. It could have a slightly different spelling or not have the LLC or something in the name. So you want to have everything consistent. You're going to see anything that's going to be a red flag, it's going to be red. Green, obviously good. Yellow, it's kind of in the middle. So owner identity, confirmation, phone number verified. So I'm actually checking to see if your number is listed with the National Business Telecom Directory database. So that's very important as well. Underwriters do look at that. And then the contact information, This is also, like I said, very important. Next, you're going to see your firmographic profile industry risk. That's going to be your classification, your SIC code, your NAC code. And again, during the audit process, I might see that, hey, you should probably adjust this because you're high risk industry. So we could change that. And that's at the end of the report, at the end of the audit. I'm going to tell you what you could actually do to change things to make it a little bit less risky, less red flag. So as you can see here, medium industry risk level, it's medium, moderate to volatile and consulting sector, low barrier to entry increases competition. So this is going to be different for everybody. It's all going to depend on how long you've been in business. And this audit is actually good for anybody. If you just started off a month ago, or you're 1 year in, or 10 years in, this is a very good report that nobody else is actually offering. This is a custom report that I put together. So you're going to see also the stability, your competition, client retention, and growth potential. Next, Experian deep analysis. That's going to show your Intel score, your financial stability risk rating, and your small business financial exchange rating. All right. And obviously, like I said, green is what you want to see. You don't want to see red. Some yellow is okay, but you definitely don't want to have red. It's basically just breaking down everything that's on your Experian report. If you have NAV or fair figure, it's going to show a lot of this information, but it's not going to show the information that I put together in the pages coming up. So it's going to show your payment trade lines, small business financial exchange trades, your business inquiries, current total balances, highest 6 months balance, highest credit extended, business, score worse. Next, you're going to see your Equifax. A lot of this is self-explanatory. Dun & Bradstreet, paid your delinquency score, failure score, and your max recommended credit limit. So this is an assessment done by Dun & Bradstreet, and this is their recommendation to give to certain underwriters. So all this is actually broken down easy for you to actually understand. That's why I put this together. Now you're also going to see your CreditSafe. This is a demo. Like I said, it's going to depend on your particular profile. So you're going to see that as well. Next, you're going to see your Tradeline architect depth. So your Experian, your Equifax, Dun & Bradstreet, and Small Business Financial Exchange. So this is them put all together, your vendor versus financial mix. It's actually breaking down what type of categories your trade lines are at. So paper products, computers, auto access, business services, packaging. It's going to show your financial trades. And ideally, what you want is you want to have a good mix. That's very important. And then it's going to show, obviously, the file depth. And like I said, this is going to be different for everybody. Bureau reporting coverage and consistent. So Experian showing 8 on this demo, 6 on Equifax, 5 on Dun & Bradstreet. Next is your payment behavior utilization. Current payments 58%, 30 days late. It's going to show that. Hopefully you're not late at all. So like I said, all this is pretty self-explanatory, but let's get over to the bureau alignment data consistency. That's actually comparing the 3 together. So you can see the interpretation, mixed signals across bureaus. Dun & Bradstreet shows low risk 80, PayDex Experian shows medium risk score 62, Equifax showing 75 suggests moderate to historical delinquency. It indicates a thin file, volatile. Like I said, all this is going to be different depending on your particular situation and your file. So hopefully everything is green when I do your audit. If I do your audit, hopefully it's all green. As you can see here at the bottom, it's going to show critical thin file indicator, and it's going to actually show exactly what your problem is and what you need to fix and correct. Next is your online presence and digital footprint. I can't stress to you how important this is. It's so important. I've talked to so many underwriters. This is a very important factor. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, things like this didn't matter as much. But every year, it's getting more and more used by the no PG fintech underwriters. They're looking at this under the KYC. So they're actually looking at your domain, your business website. How old is the domain? Now, if it's brand new, I'm not saying it's going to hurt you, but ideally, you want to have a .com and you want to have the business age match when the domain was registered. Then you want to be on directory listings like Google My Business, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, Yellow Pages, and other directories. There's over 25 directories that you should be on. Those are different citations, very important. And then the contact signals, your business phone number verified with the National Telecom Business Database, the phone signal. If it's a Google Voice or a forwarding cheap number, that's going to be a problem. If you happen to order this audit, I will find all this out and tell you where you need to fix things. So the business email, unverified, citation strength, low. When I do the audit, I'm actually going to check everything. All this is done manually, and I build up this report for you. Next is your website audit and credibility. So again, like pretty much what I was just saying, your website, going to check that, make sure it's a positive signal. If not, I'm going to tell you what to fix, like priority actions here. Ensure the SSL certificate is active, add professional business email. Next is going to be your risk flags and underwriting concerns. So based on everything that we just went over, that's what this part is about. So it's going to show like things that I found, like the business inquiries, a lot of them, there's 15. Business inquiries aren't that big of a deal, but they can be if there's a lot in a very short amount of time with one bureau. It's going to depend on your file 100%. I might come back and have 10 things there in the red area that is a problem. Or I could see maybe there could be 0. I'm breaking this all down for you, make it easy for you to understand. Business show the overall risk assessment, and this is all based on underwriter data. I'm compiling this all based on exactly what underwriters are looking at. So the overall risk assessment, business shows positive payment trend and clean public records, but thin file and high inquiries create underwriting caution. Next is funding readiness and approval tier. Established businesses with moderate credit profile suitable for mid-tier lenders and alternative financing, fintech lenders, and online financing providers. Lender perception summary. This is exactly what the underwriters, how they're perceiving your business credit profile. It's going to show the positive signals, the caution signals, potential decline triggers. So if you're going to get declined, it's going to show you what you likely would get declined from. So it's important to fix these things. So if you're going to try to apply for some of these cards, you should order this report first. Let me do the audit so then you can actually see where you stand and get those things fixed before you apply for business funding, especially if you're trying to get high limit. Okay. It's going to show the approval likelihood. And I'm breaking down what you likely could get approved for too. Your unsecured business credit card, 65 to 75%, secured equipment financing. And this is like no PG business auto loan. Those are secure. People don't realize it, but a fleet of vehicles, they're secured because if you don't pay, they can just repo them. And then everybody should be working towards getting your SBA loan. SBA loans are the best type of business loan you can actually get. It's going to show your funding potential based on so many different factors. I could come back and say your current state of unsecured, you could potentially get 600,000 or 800,000. And then it's going to show if you fix the issues that I find in your report, once I do the audit, it's going to show with the trade line optimization, what you could likely get once you fix these things. And then it's going to show you recommended lender targets, primary fintech lenders, on deck cabbage, fundbox, secondary online business credit card issuers, avoid traditional banks and SBA until file strengthens. Okay. Then this is basically where I come up with the plan for you. Strategic action plan, add net 30 vendor trade lines. Now, like I said, this is just a demo. I'm likely not going to tell anybody to add these type of trade lines. This is just for demo purposes, but basically breaking down exactly what you need to do. So you could do this all in 30 days. You could do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, all in a matter of 1 week do this, next week do that, and then phase 3 do that. As you can see at the bottom, it's saying estimated funding potential with consistent execution of this action plan within 90 days, showing the amount here, 25 to 75,000. Within 12 months, 50,000 to 150,000. Like I said, there's too many variables. This is just a demo report, so everybody's just going to be different. I could come back and say that within 12 months you could have 1.5 million. It's just going to be depending on many different factors. All right. So let's get out of here, and I'm going to show you how to go about getting this report. Okay. Now I have a special deal going on right now. Let me change this real quick. So the link will be in the description. It's creditjosh.link/audit. And I'm going to give you guys a coupon code here. So it's normally $4.99. There is limited. There's only 13 right now, but you're going to be able to get 20% off. So it comes out to being like $3.99. So you're going to get the same report that I just showed you. You can order. It's only going to take me 24 to 48 hours for me to send this report back. So you just hit add to cart, make the payment, check out, and then it's going to ask you to fill out this form. Once you fill out that form, then you're going to get an email saying that I'm going to start the audit process. You'll get the PDF report that's custom audit done on your business. Doesn't matter where you stand, it's what you're going to get. One thing, if you happen to want to join my one-on-one business credit mentorship, whatever you paid for the audit, then that can be applied towards the one-on-one business credit mentorship. So, some people may want to start off with doing the audit instead of jumping right into the one-on-one business credit mentorship. Either or, if you do the mentorship, I'm going to do this audit anyways. But if you don't want to do the mentorship first and do the audit, and then say a month later you decide you want to join the mentorship, then the $300 or $400 that you paid for this audit, I will actually minus that off. Anyways, the link will be in the description below. And like I said, it will only take 24 to 48 hours for me to get that done and sent back to you. If anybody is interested for my one-on-one business mentorship, just text 937-423-9954 and we can do a free phone consultation and see if you'd be a good fit for my mentorship. And like I said, the code will be below and it is 20 off. So when you go to the cart, so as you can see here, you're going to get $100 off. You just hit add the discount code and you're going to get basically $100 off. Anyways, with that being said, you guys take care. Till next time. Bye-bye.